G'day folks, here's my April collection update, and it's kind of sizable. G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. This is my April collection update. Yeah, it's sizable, you could say. It's a good mix of some new brand spanking bands and some good old classics. So yeah, let's get into it. First up, we have a batch of stuff that arrived from Unholy, the excellent British label. Yeah, this is several orders from them. Plus, I got another one that arrived in May. Plus, I got another one on the way, hopefully. So, yeah, they get some good business out of me. But first up, we have Imprecation with Thierja Goeta Summer, something or other. I don't know, evil bollocks in Latin, no doubt. This is a evil satanic Texas death metal. It's good stuff, actually. I really quite enjoy these guys. This is a compilation of their early demos and EPs. It's got 3 on it. It's got Promo 94 is the first bit. It's about 3 songs, I think. Yeah, these guys kind of sound like your real old Morbid Angel or a bit of Sadistic Intent sort of style. Just nasty dark death metal. So yeah, the first one's Promo 94 is the first 3 tracks. It's bloody good sound actually for a demo. It's surprisingly good. Could have been album quality almost. I really like the drumming from Ruben on, I think it's The Throne is Lost. It's just sort of got these fast and slow bits. His drumming's pretty wild on it. It really adds to it. I think it's Nocturnal Feast of the Luciferians has some killer riffs on it as well. And this is with their bass player took over vocals after the 2 other demos or EPs, and he's got a more black metal sort of style. And looking at the photos in the liner notes, he's wearing corpse paint on stage, even though they were a bit blackish, I suppose, but still pretty death metal. But anyway, the next couple of tracks are from the Sigil of Baphomet EP from 1993, and sound on them's pretty friggin' average. It's quite a bit murkier, which sounds terrible on the fast bits, but really pretty good on the slow bits. Yeah, it works quite well when they slow down. They've got good sort of minimal use of keyboards as well, which actually adds to the sort of sinister atmospheres that they already have. So that's good. But I think Demo 92 sounds really quite good actually. This is the last sort of couple of tracks on here. Yeah, that's shrouded in gore. It's got some killer riffs. I should show this off, I suppose. Rather shiny. And yeah, it's much better sound, louder sort of sound than the EP. So yeah, that was good. It's got the demo and the EP have the original vocalist Dave on. Yeah, mostly sort of deep vocals, but he gets into it as well. There's a lot of force behind it, which really helps. But it comes with a big ass poster as well. This is apparently the original cover, and very shiny, of that Ceremony of 9 Angels demo. But it comes with this huge friggin' book. It's bloody excellent. This came out on Nuclear War Now, so it's got some killer liner notes from Dave, the singer, including that their first show was supporting Grave and Massacre. It's a good way to start your career, that's for sure. So yeah, it's a good little booklet. It tells quite an interesting story of it all. You get flyers in there and alternate demo cover versions and cartoon boobs. What more can you ask for, really? But yeah, some killer bloody gigs they played. Oof. Anyway, yeah, apparently I think they split in 1998 after I think they did a promo that isn't on this in 97, and then split in 98 but returned in 2009, and now have done 3 albums, one of which was in one of my collection updates as well. So I'd have to track the other ones down, I think, because yeah, this is very impressive, powerful satanic death metal. Love it. Also from Masako is Sarcasm with a Touch of Burning Red Sunset. Look at that beautiful cover. Strangely enough, this is another compilation of a death metal band with releases from 94, 93 and 92. I did not plan that, I promise. It's just weird. This is a Swedish death metal band. They're originally around from about 90 to 94. They split, but got back together in 2015 and have now released 5 albums, so made up for lost time, let's put it that way. Somehow I miss these guys back in the day. I don't know why, maybe it just wasn't available. But I've seen multiple people over the years talking them up, so I thought, yeah, I'll take a punt. Well, what the hell, let's see how good it is. And yeah, this is actually probably a good place to start because it is their sort of early demo work. Yeah, so this has got A Touch of the Burning Red Sunset demo or EP, the Dark demo and the In Hate demo as well. Dark was from 93 and In Hate from 92, so again it goes backwards from the newer stuff. So yeah, the first one, A Touch of the Burning Red Sunset, actually has their later sort of style, which honestly I'm still not that familiar with them. I'm looking forward to digging a lot deeper into these guys. I think they sort of morphed into a sort of melodic death metal with a bit of black metal sort of feel to it as well. So, and that's pretty much what you get on the 94 one. It's got sort of almost, I don't know, kind of dissection-y kind of vocals almost. It's got a slight feel of those guys. I'm not sure about the vocals on the title track. They're a bit iffy in parts, I think, but it's just killer melodic death metal, pretty fast, pretty technical, and for their young age they were doing well. It's got a nice bass solo on one of the songs as well, so you can't go wrong there. The next one's the Dark demo, which is from 93, and that's raw and a bit more sort of deathier kind of vocals, still some screamy stuff as well. It's got a hint of what they're going to become, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I should have listened to this a lot more before doing this review, so I look forward to a lot more listening to these guys. The In Hate demo, the 92 one, has got a much simpler sound. It's just that slightly more, generic Swedish death metal sort of sound with a few borrowed parts, you could say, that I certainly recognised. This came out on Darkness Shall Rise Productions, who have been doing some good sort of reissue kind of work. You get a poster of the lads looking tough, which not the most exciting poster. Boring black vinyl, but you do get a little. It's not exactly anywhere near as extensive as the imprecation booklet, but got a little one with a bit of a write-up from the band members, sort of, telling amusing stories about the recording of it and how they had no idea what the hell they were doing. So yeah, as I said, very much looking forward to their later stuff, but one thing I'll point out is this picture of the band sitting around. That Sherilyn Fenn poster in the background, that's Sherilyn Fenn, good actress from Twin Peaks. I used to have that poster on my wall, pretty much that size. It was friggin' massive, so yeah, she is pretty. Anyway, I digress. Back to the Swedish death metal. This is bloody good. As I said, I'm very much looking forward to continuing my sarcasm journey. I'll start from the start and keep on going, I'd say. Alright, up next we have a young band for once, just playing old geezer sort of style. This is Malformed with The Gathering of Souls. This one came out on Extremely Rotten Productions, quality Danish label. These are a very young Finnish metal band. I looked them all up, they're all like 19 or 20 or something or other. This is their second EP or demo or something or other. They got quite a bit of the Florida death metal feel to them. It's pretty Cannibal Corpse-y in parts, but nowhere near as much as the demo itself was. Somehow this kind of sounds a bit worse than the demo. Maybe it's just a rustier sort of guitar sound, but yeah, it still sounds bloody good. I mean, it's only like 5 songs, so it's pretty brief. It's got really the bass that's really prominent on the demo. It's not quite as loud on here. I kind of like the ridiculously over the top noodly bits that they did on the demo. So I don't know if I own the demo. I might have to track that one down. But yeah, this is still pretty promising, I've got to say. And yeah, it's the band looking pretty young. Love the quality, all their heads looking down, except for this guy, bloody slacker. Stop staring at the camera, mate. What are you doing? But yeah, they got some Cult shirts as well, so it's a winner. So yeah, a promising start, I reckon, for these guys. I look forward to a full album from them. So yeah, just young Finnish death metal. Also from Masako's Burial with their album, and sorry, I got to read this. Inner gateways to the slumbering equilibrium at the center of cosmos. This one came out on Everlasting Spew Records. Yeah, this is an Italian, very gloomy death doom sort of band. I bought this mainly because they really impressed me on that Night Hag split 12-inch that I got with them. So I had to get the LP. Yeah, this is very powerful stuff, really powerful deep vocals, really clear but very heavy sound. Kind of reminds me a bit of, kind of slightly more modern death metal bands like Crypts, which is quite a compliment from me. Also a bit of spectral voice, and the mellow bits actually remind me of DeLorean, a killer underrated band. Lots of sort of tremolo guitars over slow beats, this sort of style, which is, it's always a winner for me, to tell the truth. I don't really like using the word cavernous because it's a bit wanky, but it's pretty friggin' apt here. And plus, killer cover art, which you get in a poster. This is Paolo Garati at his best. Well, not his best, but pretty bloody nice. This black vinyl, and you get the band. I like that. I'm going to use my hand to take up the whole band photo. At any rate, this is bloody excellent stuff. I think there's a few more bits and pieces, maybe another album of these guys I've got to track down, but yeah, very impressive. One thing I really like about Masako is they have a used section, which is usually reasonable value. I've bought a few things from there over the years. And yeah, I also bought this. This is Exit-13 with Spare the Wrench, Surrender the Earth. That's like 7-inch that came out on Relapse Records back a long time ago. This is a weird grindcore band from Pennsylvania, and the singer of this is Bill Yurkovitz, who's one of the founders of Relapse. And yeah, this is a bloody good band. I've been a fan of these guys for ages. I really don't need this because I've got it on a compilation called Don't Spare the Green Love. It's also on Relapse single series that I think I've also own on CD, and it's also on the High Life compilation, which I don't own, but yeah. So if you want to track this down, it's not hard. This is probably my favourite recording of theirs other than Ethos Music, which is the album that came just after this. This is much rawer than Ethos, but it's probably just about the right level of roughness, I reckon. And it does sound better than their previous album, Green is Good. I think it's Societally Provoked Genocidal Contemplations, probably my favourite song on here, and off Ethos as well. It's just got killer heavy riffs, crazy fast bits, and a really weird sort of jazz breakdown, you could say. They're an odd sort of band. I think there's a lot of greenery going on, if you know what I mean. This is a Relapse singles series number 13. So I at one stage thought maybe I should buy all the single series, but there's a freaking lot of them. And some of them are pretty rare and old, so yeah, one day maybe. What else is good? My Mind's Mine's another ripper on this, but they're all bloody good songs, I've got to say. Just a shame it doesn't have Disemboweling Party, but I've got like 3 other versions of that song, so I'll probably cope. And comes with like liner notes, and it's just black vinyl on the inside, so the band looking very young and probably quite stoned. Apparently Danny Lilker produced this one, so it's strange to know, but good work. So yeah, happy little score this one. Wasn't something I was really looking for, but I saw it there and went, yeah, why not? What the hell? And another second-hand thing from Masako that I really didn't need was our good friends AC with their live EP. This was recorded on their 1991 tour with Phlegm and Incantation. Oh, weird bloody lineup. So it's good. It's just 2, I don't know if they're whole sets, probably not, because I think there's extra tracks on the CD version. First one's from Texas and the second one's from Florida, so this is the Seth, Tim and Fred sort of. I don't think that's quite the original one. I think Mike was the original guitarist. I don't know. Anyway, early lineup of these guys. I think the sets are pretty bloody similar. It's the usual set list they did in those sort of days. So yeah, kind of a combination of songs that eventually ended up on Morbid Florist and Older. So all their crazy 1 2 1 2 blah sort of noise songs. Some amusing stuff in there, and I really love the Boston accent that you kind of pick up at the start of the intro of side B, I think. There's not really much to this. It's pretty basic. I'm not sure who that guy is on the back. Some American comedian, no doubt. Bodgy. podgy label. And I really didn't need this because I already have it on Old Stuff Part 2, which is most of their old stuff. Plus, of course, I bought this ridiculously stupid box set, which I just noticed. Where does it say it? I think on the inside. Where does it say? I've got to look it up now. Yeah, I didn't even notice this until recently. Yeah. Good AC stuff. So, yeah, as I said, not necessarily whatsoever, but it wasn't too expensive, and yeah, how can you go past this, really? What the hell? Up next are a couple of releases I got off the band themselves. This is Grave Upheaval with their rehearsal demo from last year, I think it is. This is a rehearsal they did before playing the, I don't know, Nuclear War Now, Never Surrender Festival or something or other. This is a Queensland, I don't know, like Black Death Doom sort of band. Not quite sure. They do their own thing, let's put it that way. Honestly, I haven't actually listened to this tape yet because my tape player is still not working, but I listened to the Bandcamp version a number of times, and it sounds great, especially for a rehearsal demo. Pretty exciting innards I'll show you. Not really that exciting to tell the truth. A nice picture though. So yeah, this is 2 songs. First song's like an old song off their demo, Goat Command. And the second one is one of those unlabeled ones, like they've got like 2 or 3 albums that are, all of the songs are just Dash or something. They're all unlabeled, so I was too lazy to work out what album it was off. I own all their albums, but I just, yeah. It sounded bloody good though, and I've got to say the sound is stellar on this, and really good clarity. It's something and it's not very grim or cold or anything, but they sound better when you can actually hear a bit more of it. I had to re-listen to some of their albums, and yeah, it still sounds killer, but it's, yeah, very murky, you could say. I like being able to hear what's actually going on, so I'm very keen to see this band live again. From them I also got, and I really didn't particularly need this because I bought it on CD when it came out. This is a Grave Upheaval split with the Funeral Orchestra. It's a Swedish band, I think. So the Grave Upheaval stuff is 3 songs. Abyssalius has got this excellent sort of chanting vocal sort of style. Kind of sounds like a horrid cult meeting out in a forest, just deciding which child to sacrifice to an outer god. It's, yeah, pretty epic stuff. And they also do a cover of Extracted Nails, which is like, I think it's called Excoriate on the Disembowelment album. It's from their first demo, I think. And yeah, they certainly do it justice. I mean, it's not as clean sounding as the Transcendence version, but I love they add some sort of extra droning vocals over the slow bit, which sounds bloody killer. And yeah, it's an amazing song, so you can't go too wrong there. I kind of like, much like the rehearsal, I like that this is a bit more clear and the vocals are a bit more up front. You can actually kind of make it out instead of just rumbly growls in the background. And the third song, what is it? Creation's End, is very atmospheric, you could say. It's a slow one. Honestly, the other side, the Funeral Orchestra, I've barely listened to tell the truth. It's Swedish Doom from the main guy from Rune Magic, I think. Yeah, I remember liking it. It's like 2 songs, I think, pretty bloody long. But yeah, I've listened to the Grave Upheaval song too many times, and not that one, so sorry boys. This came out on Parasitic, which is Tim from Older Baron and a million other bands, and Mournful Congregation, his label. So yes, nice little purchase. I really love the cover art as well, so it actually comes with a nice, that's partly why I bought it on record, but also just because I'm a fanboy. But yeah, you get a nice little poster of it on the inside, and again, just black vinyl, so this one, highly recommended. Next up are a couple I got from Terrible Mutilation Records in Melbourne. They did an order from Rescued from Life, which is a American label, I think. First up we have Leprophiliac with Geen. This is their latest album. This is a Spanish death metal band with like Dopey from Machetezo in it. This is their second album, I think. I'm not quite sure if that Necro, whatever it was called, was an album or just a demo or what, but at any rate, this is a full length. And yeah, unsurprisingly, seeing it's called Geen, it's about Ed Gein. That's the charming guy that I don't know, vaguely inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even though I don't know if he used a chainsaw at all. But anyway, he utilised dead bodies in interesting ways. I think he only killed like 2 people. I don't know why he's such a legend. Maybe it's because he just made furniture and bowls and all sorts of shit out of people. Charming guy. But yeah, this is a tribute, or a look at a biography of good old Ed. It starts with some samples from a movie, I'd say, which are pretty good, and then there's this one guy that just goes, "She's hanging in the cellar," which sounds great, mainly because I remember that charming macabre shirt that has Eat It Ed's on it, which has the picture of someone hanging in the cellar, like the real picture, which is, that's probably why he's somewhat infamous, young Mr. Ed. So you get his house on the back, which I seem to recall miraculously burned down just after his trial or whatever. So but the album itself, it's a grower. I think still hasn't quite clicked fully for me. I'm really enjoying it. It's sort of slower, kind of Leprosy by Death sort of style, with a bit of the D-beat punk sort of stuff in there as well, which is kind of my preferred bit. The faster bits kind of impress me a bit more, I think. I think it's Deviant has really sort of stylish lead kind of guitar work over it. Gives it a bit of a Fin Death sort of feel. So as I said, it hasn't fully sold me. It's growing on me the more I listen to it, so I'll keep a trying. It's just black vinyl, but it comes with a booklet and then some newspaper clippings on good old Ed. Thankfully, it doesn't show that charming picture, but So I must admit, I still prefer his Machetezo band to Lephrophiliac, but it's still going a good way. So I'll keep pushing this one. Also from Terrible Mutilation is the Lymphatic Phlegm split with More Breath. This also came out on Rescued for Life Records, and friggin' killer little split, this one. Lymphatic Phlegm from Gorgrind from Brazil. I've covered them a few times, you could say. I've got quite a bit of their stuff. These songs are from like 2015 and 2018. It's their usual slithering guitar sound and gurgled vocals and drum machine, but the sound's not quite as thin as usual. I like it. It's a bit chunkier. Nice cover art there from Louisba from Hemorrhage as well. So it's pretty good. This side though, I think is the highlight for me. The Morgue Breath stuff. They're a grind band from LA. As I've said before, they kind of sound like your classic, grind early Napalm and Terrorizer sort of style. Very high energy, which is much appreciated, I gotta say. Really excellent sound on this, and I think it's the third song, Vomito Sin Cabiza, is a bit slower and chunkier. I love it. I'm very much looking forward to a full album of these guys, because this is bloody stellar. I think I got this and, I don't know, an EP and a split sort of thing. So, actually, that said, I think they do have a full album. I've just only got a digital version of it, so I have to get that one, I think. But this is much my preferred style or side. Good cover art by Pierre from like Brain Dead Zine and Blue Holocausts. Bloody excellent. I would highly recommend this just for Morgue Breath alone, but I mean, nothing wrong with Lymphatic Phlegm as well, so great stuff. Up next is one I got from the band's Bandcamp. This is Anatomy with Where Angels Die. This is a Melbourne Black Death sort of band. I think I own the CD, but I can't find it, so what the hell? I'll buy it. This is different and probably much better cover art as well. I've had this, I've listened to this for many a year. This came out in like 1995, I think. So this is their first full album. They did that Twisting Depths of Horror EP, which is a bit more death metal-y, and their demos beforehand still had a bit of a black sort of feel, but this is a lot blacker than their earlier stuff. But still has a decent chunk of death metal about it as well. I think their album after this, The Witches of Dalathamir or whatever it is, which is like a Star Wars reference for some weird reason. I think that's even more black than this, but this is probably my favourite of theirs, I reckon. Nothing super exciting on the back. I think it's... they redo one of their old songs. I think Forbidden Realms is from the For Those Whose Eyes Are Black demo, and gets a much better sound on this, and sounds bloody epic and killer. I think Where Angels Die is my highlight song on this. It's just epic, slower sort of style. I think they're better when they're slower. Like it, it's got fast, blasty bits as well, but just the slower, more thoughtful bits are, that's my preferred version of Anatomy. I think I did finally see these guys live at some festival. I can't remember what the bloody hell it was, but it was a bit underwhelming, I gotta say. I think the sound was just not quite right, so yeah, kind of sad I didn't see these guys back in the day. Comes with the old lyrics, and also the band standing around in the dark with swords, looking tough. Can't go wrong there. So yeah, the link is below to this. This is one of the more underrated Aussie bands, I reckon. These guys may well feature on another underrated Aussie metal one, I think. This one came out on, they came out on Iron Bonehead, so I think the original one was on some, I don't know, like Singapore label maybe or something or other, so you're probably not going to be able to track the original CD down too easily, but this stuff, probably pretty buyable, you could say. And I mean, I bought this off their Bandcamp like a month ago, so still available. So yeah, excellent stuff. Alright, next up are a couple I got from The Searchers, excellent record store in Melbourne. Do good mail order. First up we have Malignant Altar with Realms of Exquisite Morbidity. This is the missing piece in my collection of these guys. I've reviewed two of their other releases recently that I got, so now I've got the album, so happy to have that. This is like, Texan death metal, members of like Insect Warfare, Warmaster, and Necrofire. Short-lived, they only had like 3 or 4 years, and now they're split, which is sad, but this album's just as killer as their earlier stuff, really. The demos don't sound quite as good as this, but I think the split with Carcinoid, maybe, someone or other, was bloody good as well. I think the slower bits on this kind of remind me of like F and G era Morbid Angels. Pretty good stuff. The drumming's tasteful as always. Dobber knows what he's bloody doing. There's like an instrumental track on here which is kind of oddly placed. It sounds like it should have been like an intro. I suppose it's the start of side B, but still. And more killer art from Lucas Court. So happy with this one. That's right. Comes with a picture of the band looking strange. I think this is mostly boring black vinyl this month, I've got to say, but don't worry, next month Relapse have certainly delivered on the ridiculously colourful vinyl for next month, so sorry Roggy, you're not going to like it, but oh well. This is excellent album, probably their peak sort of stuff, but yeah, you can't go wrong with any of their stuff really, just quality Texas death metal. Also from The Searchers is Sentenced with Shadows of the Past. This is what turned into a Finnish gothic metal sort of band. This is their early death metal roots, so my much preferred sort of style. This is before they really discovered Iron Maiden, I think. So I already owned this before with this, like, on CD with this bodgy Russian bootleg with crappy cover art, so could not resist quality artwork on this one. That's a great cover, I reckon. This is out of the Findeath stuff. This is not the heaviest or the most brutal, but it's bloody great quality, I reckon. Recorded at my favourite Finnish studio, Tico. Did a lot of the great early stuff. So, honestly, on this is a bit of kind of a South of Heaven feel almost on Rot to Dead. I think, what was it, Disengagement. It's got a bit of that sort of, Napalm Deathy, Suffer the Children kind of feel to it as well. Weirdly, the last song, Descending Curtain of Death, I think, has sounds a bit like the Game of Thrones theme song. I don't know why. After this, they changed reasonably dramatically. Their journey to Podjola or whatever it's called, EP, was sort of melodic death, and then North from Here is more melodic death, but with kind of almost like atheist kind of like bits jammed in there as well. It's probably much more original than this, to tell the truth, but I like this one. I don't care. It's basic Finnish death metal with a bit of your Napalm and your Slayer influences. Very happy to get this one. Now I just need their death metal orchestra album, because for some reason I ignored it thinking it was a redone version of this, but it's actually their demo, so damn, should have bought that when I saw it. But at any rate, very happy to have this one, and yeah, partly just for that cover art, but partly because it's a bloody good album. So yeah, I've checked out some of the gothier stuff, but yeah, not really my thing. But yeah, this I probably do have to track down North from here as well, because it is probably better than this, but yeah, I like this. Next to a batch I got from excellent Queensland record label and distro Sphere of Apparition. And they were very nice enough to throw this one in for free. Hey, thanks, fellas. This is Unholy Redeemer with Fever to Dethrone All Kings. This is a brand spanking EP that just came out. I would have ordered this if it had been out when I did my order, but yeah, so thanks for that. Yeah, the Sphere of Apparition put out this CD, and I think Extremely Rotten Productions put it out on tape. So yeah, this is a international group, you could say. This is like Jaro from Nocturnal Graves and Destroy 666 and Coffin Lust and so on. Him plus Jens from Victimizer and Steve from Encabulous, another quality old Aussie death metal band. This is them doing very heavy, dense death metal. It's I think they now have a member of Desecry or Desecracy or whatever they're called on bass as well. So yeah, there's heavy death metal, nice deep powerful vocals. I think it's Revere the Slaughter has a nice sort of, I don't know, bolt throwery kind of groove to it, and Halo of Flies has just got this killer tremolo bit. It's only 3 songs, so it's pretty bloody brief. I've listened to it a number of times, you could say, because it is, yeah, it's like 15 minutes long, if that. But highly recommended, I think. This one's going to be killer. I really hope they do a full album, because, yeah, a full album of this would be very tasty. I'd be surprised if they're playing live at all. Maybe they could do it with session dude that's not in Denmark or something. I don't know, but at any rate, I was very happy to get this one, so thanks again. Also from Sphere of Apparition, I decided I should pick up a few of these things. So double benefit of Oath of Damnation. This is their demo 2012 and their Fury and Malevolence album. So yeah, this is a South Australia Black Death sort of band. This is like Necromancer and Doomsayer from Dark Lord. So one of the guitarists from Dark Lord and the bass player. Yeah, it's pretty muffled sounding demo quality, this one, unfortunately, but hey, it's only a demo. This is slightly blacker sounding than their later albums, more keyboards, and the fancy shred solos are still here from Dark Lord, so it's not quite as heavy and ridiculously detuned as Dark Lord. It's a slightly more normal sounding, you could say. And I think 3 out of the 4 songs on this were redone on their first album, The Descent, which I already owned. So, yeah, that's you got to start somewhere. But this album, this is their latest album, which came out last year, or actually, sorry, 2019. Whoops. Yeah, this is Fury and Malevolence, their second album, and yeah, this is much better production. This is friggin' killer, I got to say. If you watch my underrated Aussie metal bands and enjoyed the Dark Lord stuff, I highly recommend checking this out. The link is below in the description. So, yeah, this is a full-length album. I think Ardenti Heretius, I don't know, something or other in Latin, rules with some bloody hefty blasts and some, I don't know, kind of Dimmu keyboardy, boop, 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 you know. It's not a good version, but you'll know what I mean when you listen to the song. I think it's In Death's Dominion is even has some, I don't know, kind of Emperor-like clean singing, which works very bloody well on here. I'm not surprised, because Doomsayer, the bass player and singer, is Parl from Johnny Touch as well, which is totally clean vocals, you know, speed metal-y kind of band, in which he sounds great. So yeah, I hope they kind of use it a bit more often. But one of the, again, there's more nice solos and so on, but one of the highlights for me on all their stuff really is their drummer, Constantine. Far out, that bloke, he can play, that's for sure. Very fast on the blast, but yeah, overall talented bloke. So yeah, this one I would recommend. This came out on like Gore House Productions from LA. Not quite sure who they are, but let's see, do we get any good band photos? Oh yeah, sort of good. Not that exciting really, at any rate. He got no hair. Oh, he doesn't have any hair, that's right. Yeah, this album, highly recommended. Ah, shit. And I've just dropped it. So, this album, bloody excellent. Highly recommended. Also from Sphere of Apparition is more Aussie stuff with Martyr and their split with Thronium. This is their United in Hell split from 2004. So yeah, Martyr is South Australian, very primitive, I don't know, Black Death thrash sort of style. Intense. That's the style. The first two tracks from Martyr are from the Angel Corpse split. And I think all the songs except the Heretic on here are on the Brutal Legions of the Apocalypse album, which is also highly recommended. Production's a bit rough on this, but honestly it kind of suits them, to tell the truth. And this is a lineup that they continued on with like Denny and Damon from Stargazer and Don from Oni. And honestly, their technical excellence skills not really needed on this. It's very primal and just sort of urgent Black Death. It's insanely intense. And the highlight is really the crazed vocals from the original guy Vince, who also did the killer cover art. He goes off. The Thronium side, it's a band I'm not that familiar with, to tell the truth. I think I might have one of their CDs maybe somewhere. They're a Polish sort of black death metal band, been going since 95 I think, or 96. They're a pretty damn good match for Martyrs. A similar sort of chaotic kind of style. Very quick drummer on this that really propels it along well. Although strangely at times it's got like a crossover kind of sounding riff in Nuclear Worship from Chaos. And then there's like a Terrorizer cover on here as well, which sounds great, but it's like, why is a Black Death band covering a Terrorizer song? But anyway, they got like 10 albums, so I'm not really that familiar with them. So any suggestions on which Thronium albums I should check out, because this was pretty bloody good, feel free to leave a comment below. But yeah, the Martyr stuff on this, bloody excellent. And lastly from Sphere of Apparition is Fossilization with He Whose Name Is Long Forgotten. This is an EP they put out 2021 on Everlasting Spew and Transylvanian Recordings. Ooh, love that. This is a Brazilian sort of death doom kind of band. Not too dissimilar to that Burial band that I plugged earlier. But yeah, this sounds pretty much like Dead Congregation with lots of doom parts in it. Just excellent production, really powerful vocals. What do you get? 5 songs. Honestly, I haven't written too many other notes on this. I've listened to this a heap of times, but I very much enjoy it. And I was listening to it on my computer the other day and ran into the newer album, which I don't actually own yet, but I'm just waiting for Sphere of Apparition to get it in. And yeah, it sounds very similar to their full-length album, whose name I cannot remember. But yeah, this is powerful, death doomy sort of. It's not super doomy. It's a bit more on the death side of things than the doom side. But yeah, again, much like Burial, I'd kind of compare it to a bit of Crips. But yeah, also Dead Congregation for sure. Yeah, it's bloody powerful stuff. Up next are a couple of releases I got from Behind the Mountain Records from Poland. I think this is their own releases. First up we have Meat Spreader's new album, Mental Disease Transmitted by Radioactive Fear. This is, a gore grind band from Europe. This is Jaro from Dead Infection and blokes from like Squash Bowels and Neuropathia. So yeah, Poland action. Doing pretty much their tribute to 2000s Euro gore grind sort of style. So nothing original, but I don't give a crap. This is the first release with Marson on guitar. But previously they had Tosha from Dead Infection and Bilos from Malignant Tumor. So. And yeah, it's an interesting album. They're trying a few different things on this. I think whatever the previous one is, something about flies, was just a bit more straightforward. This one though, they've, I think it's shit served by flashing screeners, kind of less gory and almost like a hardcore song. I think it's Two-Legged Maggots is kind of sounds like more modern Napalm Death, which works quite well. One of the highlights on this is always Jaro on his vocals. His roar is just massive. Not quite as massive as on Chapter of Accidents or Brain Corrosion, but he still sounds pretty friggin' killer on this. So, yeah, a whole lot of songs. And yeah, a batch of different styles that I kind of appreciate, and I appreciate the band photo where they're like torturing poor Jaro, just injecting him with something. So yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, as I said, nothing original, but yeah, old guys having a fun, gory time. Also from Behind the Mountain is a EP they just put out recently. This is a Bastard Grave split with Gravigrove. So yeah, Bastard Grave's a Swedish death metal band. I kind of got them confused with Bastard Priest. It's also a Swedish death metal band and a bit faster than these guys. This starts real slow and stays real slow. At first, honestly, I was wondering if it had the wrong speed. And it does actually label it as 33, so... yeah, I own a demo of theirs apparently, but I'm not sure if I've ever actually listened to it. I might have to try an album, because judging by their reviews, they're... yeah, they have blasts and they're a lot faster normally, so I'm not sure if this is a cover or something or other, but yeah, it works very well, I gotta say. I very much enjoyed it. The Gravigrave stuff, I'm very pleased. It's a song that I haven't already heard before. They have a tendency to release Into the Grave of Grave on a lot of releases, so I'm happy to get a new song. It's just killer heavy death metal band. Killer groove as always. I mean, these guys are, yeah, heavily influenced by Grave and bolt throwery sort of stuff as well. I like the screamed sort of vocals on this as well. So this is black vinyl, you get the nice splattery stuff. There is actually another version of this that came with a different cover that I'll bung up on the screen. I didn't care for it as much as that. I like this original, or this cover better, so yeah, had to grab this. Yeah, two quality death metal songs. I think I'll check out a bit more of Bastard Graves. Yeah, good stuff. Up next are a couple of splits by Fuck's Sake, band from Darwin. That I got these off the band themselves. First up we have their split with Kanako Likes Fruit. Fuck's Sake are a furious sort of grind band from Darwin. I think it's the first band from Darwin I've ever actually heard of. They're, yeah, just raw but catchy sort of grind. It's a suitable sound for their style. I think 3 of the band members sing, so there's some good sort of vocal trade-offs in it. Yeah, it's just fast, catchy grind. I watched some good footage of theirs on excellent YouTube channel KingBean28. So I'll put a link below. But yeah, he mostly just posts gigs that he records in Melbourne, or gigs that he's dubbed or digitized from tape. I sent him a few old Fuck 'Em Dead and The Kill videos that he put up. So good work, mate. So yeah, this is comes with a million of these stickers, which are nice. Fancy handmade cover art, and it sort of looks like someone's just drawn texture on here. The other band is Kanako Likes Fruit. Get a nice little blurb and lyrics and the like. Kanako Likes Fruit are from Indonesia. Another grind band, pretty damn raw, I gotta say. It sounds like they've just got bass and drums, and I think both of them sing. So it's pretty bloody raucous. I like it. Some rather intense vocals. Yeah, I hadn't ever even heard of them before, so I'm happy to have their. I mean, it's pretty friggin' raw, I gotta say, but yeah, I like it. So also from Fuck's Sake is a split they did with Agothocles. I always get that bloody wrong. This one this came out on, I think, their own label, possibly. Yeah, this is more quality, catchy action from Fuck's Sake. The vocals, the gruff sort of vocals sound a little odd on this for some reason, but I like the shouty other sort of style, and it's angry sounding. The other side of this is Agothocles, 2 songs of theirs. I'm really glad I never tried to collect all their stuff, because, as you probably know, they've got a lot of releases. I wonder who's got more. I think I did work out who's got more out of them on Unholy Grave, and I think it was Agathocles. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Like, I can't say I've kept up with them over the years. Like, I've got like ancient old albums. That's about it. But now they said this has got like Joe from Archigathos on it for some reason, doing pitch shifted sort of vocals and guitar and bass, I think. I didn't think he was actually in the band. Maybe they were touring, or who knows. So I'm not sure if it's a one-off or not, but sounds bloody killer, I gotta say. So this is one of those, yeah, like folded covers kind of deal. There's the full proper cover, and also comes with stylish stickers. Gotta love a good sticker. So yeah, 2 excellent brand spanking releases from fuck's sake with various other bands, and yeah, hopefully one day I'll see them live, because I reckon it'd go off. More Aussie action with Pestilential Shadows and their Devil's Hammer album. I got this from their Bandcamp, link below. This is an Aussie black metal band, been around for quite a while. This is their 7th album. They play a good sort of mix of melancholic sort of black metal and really aggressive stuff as well. Some of the mellow bits actually remind me of Catatonia slightly. They got quite long sort of songs, so they're not in a rush to get anywhere, which has worked quite well. Also kind of reminds me of Votain back when they were good. I really love the little lead bit on Despot of Cathartic Vigor. It's just really nice little lead bit in the background, and I mean it's not all slow, that's for sure. There's some blasty ones like Tears of the Scythe, I think is pretty unrelenting blasty sort of stuff, but they flow very well, their songs. They do change quite a bit. Really good dynamics. It's kind of aided by the sort of nuanced, excellent drumming. I think it's Jackal is probably their kind of catchy song on here, you could say. It's a bit of a, I don't know, Destroyer 666 driving beat sort of style. I reckon that would go good live. I did see these guys last year. I think what was that, Brute Fest maybe, or Bruce Fest? I don't know. I think they're about to tour Australia with Ulcerate, or play a couple of shows at any rate. Not Canberra, but oh well. And I'm very pleased with this. The cover actually looks a lot better in person than the online pictures I saw of it was way darker. So yeah. And this one, I thought I was going to get away with only black albums, but no. Got a fancy red kind of cloudy kind of look to it. And it does also come with band looking tough. Hey, go Johnny. So yeah, this is an excellent album. I would highly recommend this if you like any style of black metal. Definitely worth checking out. Yeah, this will probably be in my top 20 albums of the year. I reckon I've got to give this a lot more listens because it bloody rules. Alright, the black metal continues. This is an order I got from Direct Merch, a Melbourne sort of label distro. First up, we have Gorgoroth with Antichrist. This is a kind of reissue on Soul Seller Records, selling on an old version. This is one of those bands that I kind of missed them back in the day. I don't know why, so I'm glad to be catching up on them, although I have a feeling the first 2 albums is probably mostly what I need. I did have like the Destroyer album when it came out, but yeah, it's a bit shit. It never clicked for me. When I first put this on, I listened to like half a song on 33 instead of 45. I was like, God, these guys are heavier than I remember. Bloody hell. Why are the vocals so deep? But when it's sped up, sounds bloody killer. It's another excellent production from Python, or whatever his name is, at Griegenholland, which is the legend place of Norwegian black metal, of true Norwegian black metal, no less. A bit wanky to put it on your cover, but man, what the hell. So yeah, this has got like Frost from Styricon on session drums. I didn't realise. It does have both singers for some, or like Hat and Pest. I think Hat's on most of it, and Pest is on, I don't know, a song or two maybe. They sound pretty similar to me, really, to tell the truth. It does have the theme song Gorgoroth, which goes through many different styles. It's got like icy tremolo stuff to like a nice headbanging galloping sort of bit, and a solo no less. I think I really liked Possessed by Satan as well. That was cool. The last song, Sorg, I think it is just like slow, kind of boring, didn't do much for me. So overall, not as good as Pentagram. The first album still rules pretty hard, I think. And this one's like 25 minutes, bit of a friggin' rip-off, but oh, what the hell? I have a feeling this is like, oh yeah, did have to get the white splattery kind of vinyl, because yeah, why not? Evil black metal. So yeah, happy to have this one. And yeah, maybe I'll get the next album, Under the Sign of Hell or whatever the hell it's called, but yeah, this is a good one. Also from Direct Merch is one they put out themselves as a reissue of a Bramlin's self-titled album from 1995. Yeah, this originally came out on Shock Records maybe, so yeah, this is one of their first Direct Merch imprint ones. I really didn't need this. I've got the original CD and I've got it reissued on that 3 CD best or discography sort of one. Kind of wish I'd bought the 5 LP version of that discography, but it wasn't cheap, I seem to recall. But it's nice to have the full cover art on this, plus different picture on the back that I don't think's on the CD, and dodgy lyrics that I really shouldn't show because I have a feeling they got in trouble for those. I don't know if it was WA that banned them or something. There was a reissue version of this, back in 95 or 96, came without lyrics, so because they're a bit rude, you could say. But yeah, killer songs on this. As I said, check out my Aussie Top 20 albums video for more rambling about this. But yeah, Humble Abode was a redone version from the EP. Sounds killer on this. I've always loved Deprived of Afterlife. It's an old Acheron song that they redid. That killer riff at the start, it's so bloody good. And there's no extra tracks on here, but it's still got the Dead Can Dance cover at the end of Kantara, which, yeah, is not a patch on the original. It's interesting to hear, and I still enjoy it, but the original, especially the live version, Jesus, not much better. So yeah, this get more spiffy coloured vinyl, and this one looks bloody spiffy in person. I don't know how well that comes out on camera, but bloody nice. Very happy to have that. So yeah, it's again not necessary, but yeah, what the hell. Well, that's been a big update. So finally we're at the last piece, which is somewhat related to the last band. Last up we have Acheron with Eternal Suffering. This is a Bramlin before they were a Bramlin. Yeah, this is their demo from 1990. For some reason I never even had a bloody tape of this. Definitely has a demo sound to it, and of a young band, you could say. They're still finding their roots. It's got sort of that very early death metal sound, like real old Morbid Angel or Incubus sort of style. The riffs are still there though. There's a corker in Eternal Suffering when they slow it a bit down. Simon hasn't quite mastered his massive roar. He's still got the fire and the keenness that he has. He does do some, I don't know if they're cupped or like pitch shifted vocals or something or other on Morbid Love that just sound kind of weird, to tell the truth. What is it? Cold Bloods. It's a bit clunky, but it's got another killer bloody chunky riff in it. Would have had lots of young bogans in flannies going berserk. And yeah, the last song is Penetrate Thy Hymen. Charming. Probably good there's no lyrics on this one. And yeah, I would have been one of those young booners in a flanny going off to these guys when I saw them twice, actually. Actually, no, I have a feeling I didn't see them the second night because I had to go catch a bus home. They played this gig that I'll put the flyer up of, or these gigs, sorry, in Canberra. It was like a one rather kick-ass heavy weekend with them and Necrotomy and Scum, the Napalm Death cover band of Renato from Disembowelment. Yeah, that was a very fun weekend, but I have a feeling that the second night Acheron played last, and yeah, I missed him because I had to go catch a bus. But no, I got to see Necrotomy twice. That was all good. And yeah, this is engineered by future bass player Justin Warnes as well. So he was in them after this. I don't think he's on this. The only other release that Acheron did was Deprived of Afterlife. It's like 7-inch that I do own that I should have got out, but yeah, that's friggin' killer. Way big step up from this, to tell the truth. And I would highly recommend getting the compilation, the Bramlin compilation, whatever it's called. I'll put a picture of it up. But yeah, I want to thank Wayne, who sold me this from Discogs. He just contacted me out of the blue, said, "Oh, are you interested in this?" And I was like, "Yep. Thanks, mate." Had some excellent. He's from Tassie. He had some excellent stories about old Tassie death metal band or gigs back in the day, and seeing Christbait in the prod era. I was like quite jealous there. So thanks, mate. I really appreciate this. Looks to be in excellent condition. I haven't listened to it yet again because my tape player's bung. But second it gets repaired and I run some expendable tapes through it first. Oh, this one will go on and I'll love it. So thanks again. Well, I'm sure that's more than an hour's worth of excitement for you, so thanks for watching if you're still watching this far. Yeah, got plenty of stuff. I think this stage is not looking quite as crazy, but yeah, I may have gone a little berserk last week or the week before, so yeah, let's hope it doesn't arrive till June, we'll see. But yeah, I'm not sure what other videos I've got coming up soon, but I'll spit something out, I reckon. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.